Hey, everybody, how's it going? Let me just adjust myself. Just get myself all prepared. I spent hours getting ready for this. And, yeah. This is the new model. How's it going? It's crazy to... I wasn't gonna do anything this weekend. I seriously wasn't gonna do anything this weekend, but I don't know. I've been anxiously awaiting a chance to sort of show this thing off and kind of drop myself into a live scenario. And I have a proper debut planned, but I don't really know what to do, so what do? Oh, pardon me. I'm getting over this sick. So a huge part of the reason why I didn't even want to come in and do something like this, I didn't want to debut ill, but here we are. It's super late and super, like, not the right time to be doing this stuff. But, alas, I have nothing to add to this situation. I'm just kind of here. So, yeah. Kept the traditional purple background because I like purple, and you can see my purple suit. And it's amazing. But yeah. We're just chilling. There's no real goal to tonight. And, yeah, we'll see where the night takes us, really. I've been playing around with all kinds of things, and this was, like, the big project. So, yeah. Here we are. Craziness. It's crazy to, like, see all this stuff working in real time. I'd been doing the PNG thing for months, and at some point I just kind of stopped and went like, man, I want to do that live 2D thing. Looks real fun. And here we are. The new me, so to speak. It's a little uncanny. The model is definitely far cuter than I am, as far as handsome lads are concerned. It's so strange. I just have I'm trying so hard not to, like, smile constantly just looking at it. I'm appreciating this whole experience from a whole new angle. Very fun. So exciting. I can do different faces. I've got a few built-in expressions, so to speak. I can get real mad out of nowhere. I can get overly happy and smiley without actually trying. And get real sad and upset, and I can blush when something gets me all embarrassed or bothered, so to speak. I don't have a stream deck so that I can do those things without making little tic-tacs and clicks and everything, but we'll get that going eventually. Oh, it is so chilly, man. I don't like... This is Canada, right? It is just... It is cold and miserable right now. It is the end of February. I just turned 27, so everything sucks. If I make it through this year, then I've already made it past the 27 gang. We just gotta make sure to stay safe. Just stay alive. so that I don't join the 27 club. I don't want, it's not a club I want to be a part of in the slightest. It scares me. It's terrifying. Oh, this is so weird. So what do I do? Honestly, recently I've found myself partaking in, I mean, I've watched anime since I was a young lad, and this is random. This is just kind of like me pulling something out of my ass to talk about. But yeah, no, I just like, since I was a lad, I've been watching anime, but recently I found myself partaking in the manga, the reading side of it, and not from a phone or a mobile device either. Like, I've actually been buying paperback copies and reading them, and it's been fun. It's added a whole new dimension of appreciation for these things. And recently I picked up a few volumes of One Piece, I picked up a few volumes of Spy Family, and I picked up the first volume of Blue Lock, which I'm keenly aware of what Blue Lock... I was keenly aware of what Blue Lock was, but I hadn't watched anything, I hadn't read anything on it. So I just kind of decided to pick up the first volume, and I crushed it in like under an hour, and immediately was kicking myself in the head for not having picked up another one. So I gotta get me some more Blue Lock. It was pretty entertaining. I was pretty into it. This is something that I'm looking at doing more often, actually, is reading manga and actually talking about it. I had been discussing plans of things to do for YouTube, and the one that I keep landing on is doing sort of like, not like a book report per se, but basically for every volume of manga I read, just to kind of be like, this is what happened, this is what I thought, it was pretty fun. I don't know, it might be boring, it might be cool, it might be the worst thing ever. I wouldn't know without dabbling or trying something. Yeah, I don't know. This is peculiar. I'm just watching me here, and it's jarring a little bit. I've been playing around with this model since I got it maybe a week or two ago, and I've just been like, the problem is that I got this model and then I happened to get sick around the same time, and I was like, god damn, like, how do you plan a model debut or like a stream when you're ill, you know, like just being sick as a dog, just don't know what to do. And like, I don't know, like I'm so happy with the model, but I guess it's up to the interpretation of the people watching whether or not it suits my character or suits my personality or whatever. At the end of the day, the core design was something that I had done myself and submitted, and this is what came out of it. And I love it. But it's really weird because it almost feels too good, if that makes sense. And I don't want to... I'm like super hyping it up when I'm saying that. It's literally just, I'm used to the PNG tuber experience, and any of my previous streams are part of the PNG tuber experience. So it feels weird to suddenly have access to this fancy smancy, whatever you want to call it. It's fun. It's different. I'll have to get used to it. Yeah. Anyway, I didn't really set myself up with anything to do tonight. We're just kind of chilling. Got the Kirby music in the background. I don't, I honestly, like, this is driving me insane. I gotta switch tracks. God! And I gotta turn it down for myself a little bit, because it's background noise for the stream, but it's also the background track to my life at the moment. And it is driving me slightly insane. Well, why'd you pick Kirby music? It's not the Kirby music. I put on extended versions, and it just keeps going. It's killing me. So weird, so strange. Oh, wild. Now, as for discussing potentials, one of the things that I'd like to tackle now that I'm back is starting a couple things that I've been putting off, and also kind of start things that I'm keenly looking, well, preparing myself that I've been keenly looking towards. One of the major ones being the Elden Ring DLC. And I like all of my save stuff. I played it on Xbox for some reason. And like I only had one friend who was playing Elden Ring when it launched, and it just so happened to be an old friend of mine who plays on Xbox. So I bought it for Xbox and dumped all my time in on Xbox. But now I don't have an Xbox, but I have Elden Ring on PC. And I haven't played much to get caught up. I think I'm in the academy, so I would like to... I don't know if I'm gonna restart, but I would definitely like to get myself done and built up through, like, at least 1 or 2 NG pluses to sort of prepare for the DLC. So that could be a thing. Another thing is I'd like to do randomizers. We've been... Well, I've been discussing with Kyle, who is featured in very many of my streams on this channel. And obviously we're going to do Pokemon raids when they come up, and whenever they fit into the schedule, we're going to do a bunch of things once he gets his new computer in, like lots of co-op, lots of multiplayer stuff. But until then, he's limited to what he can do on Switch. So basically, whatever he has, and whatever I'm able to grab / willing to grab on Switch / crossplay compatible with Switch, if that makes sense. I don't know. But yeah, there's plans. Need to execute on them and not just talk about them in plans. Fun times. Fun times. I'm trying to think of things to talk about. I'm cold, my toes are freezing. I'm nervous because it's been a while. We've got a whole new thing going on here. It's pretty nuts. Like, what's that? He's talking about pretty nuts. Disgusting. But yeah. So many ideas. I had actually discussed with a coworker who I no longer work with anymore, the idea of doing... I brought up randomizers, so I might as well just say it. There's the Ship of Harkinian port of Ocarina of Time for PC, and they have a built-in randomizer, but there's also the merged... I don't remember exactly what it's called, but it merges the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask games into one big randomizer. I've considered doing that. I would absolutely have to figure that out in order to do it. I love both of those games. So the idea of doing a double randomizer seems really cool. And when Kyle gets his stuff back up and running too, we've talked about doing Nuzlocke races, like getting to the end and doing all the things. There's so many goddamn plans. I could sit here and ramble on about the doc that I have. I just have like a whole ass Google Doc full of ideas, but I'm not going to open those up on what is supposed to be a little secret rendezvous of sorts. Because I wasn't even going to do this tonight, but I kept playing around with it, and I was like, why not? Why not do it? No one has to know. I don't have to pretend like I'm doing like a debut thing. I guess this is technically a debut, but I definitely would have shared this around more and made this a bigger deal if I had known firsthand that I was going to make this happen. I also have prepared better and started earlier and not messed around. It is 2:01 in the morning where I'm at right now, and all I can think of is, man, I can't, you know, like, what do? how do I sort of provide value in this random experience? And honestly, I'm just talking to myself here, and it's nerve-wracking. I don't know who's here, who's watching. I don't know if anyone's watching, but that's not the point. We're here to create content, baby. We're super fucking smart. We're just making content for the sake of content's sake. We're a real cool guy. If you have to say you're cool. I don't even know. Ugh. All I know is my toes are cold, and I'm gonna keep mentioning that. Canada's wild, man. It's so cold! It's mostly cold because I had my window... It is... I don't know... Okay, I've got to Google this, because I've got to see minus 10 Celsius to... Okay, so 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So... No, that's wrong. Minus 10 Celsius. 14 Fahrenheit. Okay, so minus 10 Celsius, 14 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 14 degrees for all of the Americans that are out there. For everyone else in the world, it was minus 10 Celsius. And it is absolutely goddamn cold. I'm freezing. It's not a fun time. It's very upsetting. Oh boy. Like, me fucking toes are freezing. I'm going to have to cut them off. They're so cold. This track is kind of making things okay though. I like this track. This has me thinking that, like, for anyone who doesn't know, I also, which is going to be most people, I also produce video game covers. The link is down there. But yeah, it's the one with a real person on it. That is what is behind the veil. But yeah, I do music covers, and as I've been playing Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, I do have a physical copy for the GBA, but I've been playing it on the Switch a little bit because it is a part of the Nintendo Online expansion pack experience. But yeah, I've been playing that a little bit, and that's what inspired me to use it for the stream, because the music's so fun and jovial and grand, and I can come up with so many different adjectives to describe how I feel about it, but it would just be annoying, I'm sure. Like, how many different ways can this absolute maniac say he likes Kirby? Speaking of Kirby, I have a buddy, Travis, who has a tattoo of Kirby, and it's really silly. Like, he's got it on the inside of his wrist, and it, like, it's enough to know that it's Kirby, but it's not like, it's not an amazing tattoo. It just makes me laugh. It's ridiculous. I don't know what to say about it. It's just such a goofy little tattoo. But yeah, no, it's Kirby holding a knife. I've got it. I'll show it on stream at some point, but maybe not today. If I can recall this moment or something like that, I will definitely make a point to share that. And it's so silly. And Travis has a really dry sense of humor. So, and there was one time, one of the other things that I do is a Let's Play channel called Laugh A Lot Gamers, link also down there. But once upon a moon, we played Smash Ultimate, and he just like picked Kirby, because of course, why wouldn't you? But he just like loading screen, and he just goes Burby, and it just, every time we refer to Kirby, it sneaks its way in there, and it's so dumb. It's not funny, but it makes me giggle and smile really wide for no real reason. It just is goofy. Speaking also of Kirby, I would love a copy of Kirby Air Ride for the GameCube. Recently, I had seen it on, I think it was on a Facebook reel. Someone had done like a retro game pickup, and it was all GameCube stuff. And I've been collecting retro games as of, I want to say 2-3 years ago now, maybe longer. I don't know. I made a point to start getting old things, and as I get older, it's kind of like, it's like this old man memorabilia. I don't know. It's good. It's a fun little racing game where you play as Kirby and friends, and you drive around and blow shit up. It's wild. It shouldn't exist, but it does. And it's amazing. I would absolutely die to have that game again. I don't know, well, again, I don't know if I've ever owned it, but I've definitely played the shit out of it somewhere. Oh, Kirby. He's insane. Okay, I'm switching tracks because this is killing me again. There we go. This track's fun. I used to like make lyrics up for this one in my head. No real reason. It just kind of like give it a listen. I can't even remember what the lyrics would have been, but I have a distinct memory of being a young child playing this game, and just like, I'm like, I've got to make up lyrics for this. I don't even remember what it was. If I can recall it, I will definitely make mention of it somehow, some way, somewhere. Crazy. But, recently, I guess we're talking about games that have been played recently. The two major ones... 3 major ones? Okay, so this is the thing. As I've been away and kind of like having a lot of extra free time to myself, I've been just kind of going through a catalog of games and playing literally anything that stood out as like I hadn't rolled credits on it before. So what I had done was like I went through and I started clearing through the Metal Gear Solid games. I bought the Master Collection and I played 1, and then I played 2, and I played 3, and I tried really hard to play the MSX Metal Gear games and couldn't get through them because I just suck. But like I have played those games to hell and back, but I had never finished one. And I can honestly say they earn the right to be at the top of people's lists for what they are. And also, they're cracked. They're absolutely insane. But I love them. I've been having a lot of fun with those. And now I'm kind of bummed, actually, because, like, I'm finished those. Like, I finished 1, 2, and 3. And now I'm stuck waiting for Volume 2 for what I can only assume will be Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker. At the very least being the 2 highlight titles on that bundle. And then they've got the remake of 3 coming out, which I've been excited for since I saw it. And yeah, that's a thing that I played. The other thing that I played was the all-time classic that Kojima came out with a while ago, Death Stranding. Played that a bunch. I kind of stopped after I got to about the 6-hour mark. I do plan to keep playing it, but I've kind of been using it as a chill thing, so if I just do chill streams where I'm walking around playing Death Stranding, if that's boring, I apologize, but I am trying to get through that game. It's the director's cut. I just happen to get it for like dirt cheap on PC, and the best excuse I have to play it is just when I'm chilling doing nothing. So we'll figure that out. I've also been playing Helldivers 2. That's been fun. I've mostly been playing it by myself because most of the people that I game with either didn't buy it or are interested and haven't bought it yet. And everyone I've shown it to is kind of interested in it, but they haven't jumped on it yet. I'm still the only one. And I don't know what to do with that, except hope with crossed fingers that someone will make the jump. I've also been playing Lies of P, because I've had a strong desire to play Bloodborne, and not a desire to go back and play that in its current state. And Pinocchio Bloodborne is the closest experience that I can think of, and that's been cool. It's been a lot of gaming. Also, they've got, oh man, Persona 3 Reload came out. That's amazing. I haven't played any, I don't think I've played any Persona on this channel, but on my original channel, I used to crush Persona 5 and Persona 4 Golden, and I would have loved to play Persona 3 Reload on that channel. However, I did decide to move away from doing IRL stream cam stuff because I felt weird about being on camera. I didn't like not having direct control over the goings on of the webcam, so I decided to move to this. Well, PNG tubing, now this. But yeah, fun experiences. It's one of those things that if you look at this channel's creation, it's like, wow, you've only been doing this for less than a year now. And it's like, no. Content creation has been a thing on my radar for over 12 years. It just so happens that the oldest thing that is consistent and still active to this day is something that I started 12 years ago. I started Twitch probably back in like 2016, and yeah, man, that was that's crazy to think of. It's almost been 10 years since like I got on to Twitch and started doing stuff. Well, I guess here's too many more years, so to speak. Barely gotten started. The plan is to carry on. Definitely don't have any plans or desire to stop anytime soon. This is kind of like a whole new beginning for me. So I plan to... well, okay, so I don't have an official schedule yet, but the running theory, and it is just a theory at this point because I haven't proven it, but the plan is to stream on weekends, primarily Sunday in the evening, kind of do these little random streams whenever I feel like it, whenever I'm just sitting here bored in the late hours of the night / early hours of the morning. And I believe on the days where I'm not working the next day. So if I work on the day but I don't work the next day, my work's kind of random. It's one of the nice things about working just to pay bills and get by, and everything else is just kind of a thing. You just get to play around with your schedule and do whatever you want. Take extra work when I need it, turn it down when I don't. As I approach 30, it sounds silly, but also, fuck it, it works for me. Pay my bills, buy a few things, have fun. Life's too short. Other side is... oh, man. Yeah. Okay, I'm done with this music. I'm thinking about it. Anyway. At some point, it just clicks in my brain where I'm just like, dear God, I'm going insane. This one might go a little faster than the last. But yeah. Like I said, no official stream schedule yet, but the plan is to lock down at least a couple days a week, and then from there just kind of generate a whatever kind of schedule. At the end of the day, I have a Discord server that is kind of like a by request thing. I don't keep an active link in the panels because I absolutely would forget to update the link when it expires. So yeah, that's one of those like, do you have a Discord? Why, yes, I do. And if you want to get updates on what I'm doing and when, then join the Discord server. I don't really have anything other than that as far as like explanations for how, what, and why. But yeah. Fun times. Also, no, I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn it. Jesus. I swear sometimes I'll just be like completely like lost in thought and knowing like it's like I gotta say this, and then as I'm about to say it I forget, and then I feel stupid. I just get like big dumb syndrome. Does anyone get the big dumb syndrome? What is that? What even is that? It's when you completely brain fry and you're just done. Oh dear. If you randomly see me look down this way, it's because I monitor my chat with a tablet. I recently acquired one as a hand-me-down because, dear God, I wasn't gonna buy a tablet specifically for the purpose of using it as like a alt screen. But I have one now. I've you know what, when I was younger, like between the ages of like 16 and 21, I was like, I need an iPad. I just need one. Can't explain why, I just need to have one. And now that I have one, I've charged it once. And I only use it as a second screen. I do not have it for any other purpose. I installed just the essentials that I needed to use it as a monitor for content, basically like streaming, for that. Yeah, basically that's it. Actually, I can't think of any other reason that I've had it out. It's just been another screen. But oh well. Like I say, again, I didn't pay for it. It was just given to me. The benefits of inheriting fun objects. Is that a thing? I don't really know what I just said. Kill me. I hate this. Please stop. Oh, he's so weird. What the hell is wrong with this man? Yucky. Oh boy. But yeah. Got a lot of exciting things. Man. I'm just thinking, like, the last time I streamed was, like, World of Warcraft, and that was, like, 2 months ago. So it was, like, right around Christmas. And, oh my god, like, I cut up a video out of it, and it's on, like, it's on my YouTube channel. And, like, out of an hour odd stream, there wasn't a lot. So boring. I think that, like, playing World of Warcraft, for me, is about as fun as, like, as it can be when I'm leveling and questing, and, like, I don't know, leveling is probably my favorite part of most MMOs, because after that it is just the dungeon and raid experience, really. And, well, PvP of course also, but I don't know, I'm more of a PvE guy, and once I run out of, like, interesting PvE content, I don't really know what to do. So I just kind of, like, exist in the realm of, like, what the fuck do I do next? And I don't know, okay, so I pre-ordered, is it the War Within? It's the new expansion that's coming out this year, and they gave everyone Dragonflight for free, which was the last expansion. And, like, the story is so goddamn boring to me. Like, there's fun characters and things, but I just don't find the story very, like, interesting or fun at all. And, like, the only way you can experience classic story content is by, like, doing the anniversary events, which I think is kind of bogus, and, like, going through, like, the time rift. I don't know. I wish that I had more fun with MMOs solo, I guess. Because most of my enjoyment from that comes from playing it with people, and oh my god, do I not have fun playing it by myself? Hello! Formerly Bunny. No, I knew. How's it going? I'm doing swell. I'm doing absolutely amazing. Do you like the new model? It was expensive. Going okay, just popping a check by, or check on me. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you love it? I do too. I was talking earlier in the stream about feeling like it was all, I felt almost too good. It felt like too much of an improvement over the PNG. I just like, it's so cool. I can make all different faces and stuff. I'm real mad. Can get kind of happy. Can get real sad. I can blush. I gotta get a stream deck so that I don't have all the keyboard clicks and everything, but yeah, it's a fun, interesting new experience. I was really embarrassed to like hop on here and do this. I've kind of opened up as the 43 minutes have gone by. I think I've kind of settled into it. It was really jarring though. It's just like, wow, this is mine, you know? But yeah, so ends the long-term hiatus and waiting for this model. I ordered the model back in like December, and it got to my inbox last week. And I was telling everybody that I was ill. I got sick right when it arrived. So it was like, what do? I can't show this off. I'm sick. And it sucked. But I'm not sick anymore, and now I can do fun stuff. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad you popped by. Always fun to see a familiar face. Name. Whatever we're doing. Glad I'm better. Me too. I'm also psychologically better, because I was kind of in a bummy mood constantly for months, which was also a part of the reason why I took such a long-term hiatus. It's also the reason why I left the server. It's just like, I just needed like a mental disconnect from a lot of stuff. But I've been eager to come back and do stuff for a long time, and I've been eager to sort of like get back into the swing of things and talk to people and hang and have happy fun times. So here we are. But yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping by. Welcome back whenever I want. Yeah, I think like he's got... Soul's got his link in his stream, right? I was in his stream the other day, but I couldn't, well, couldn't. I didn't remember to check. I can invite if you need me. Sure. Send me an invite. You have my Discord. I'd be happy to come back. Always my main problem is just like, I try to like, even if I just need like a break, I try to like mute stuff, and then it's never like enough. You still get like pop-ups and things and being like, I'm streaming, and I'm like, yeah, I know. And then other people chatting, and I'm just like, I'm not happy right now. Sometimes, and like, my new solution moving forward is going to be just to log out of Discord if I need that kind of break, but I shouldn't. I think I'm okay. You sent me a request. Amazing. Was I not already your friend? I thought I was already on your friends list. What happened? Oh. Got like maybe 12 friends. Most of the people that are on my DMs for Discord are people that like, honestly, like I couldn't even tell you who half of the people on my list are. A lot of them are just people who like I've been in servers with and they were like, hey, just so you know, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, okay, and then they never talk to me again and I'm just like, cool, thanks. It's really random. There we go. Oh, messages failed to load. Oh well. Discord will realize what's happened at some point, I'm sure. I gotta change songs. I'm like manually changing songs because I like the short versions of these songs were only like 30 seconds long. And like I can't have them playing for 30 seconds, there'll be no music left. But these extended tracks just go on forever. And it's like, I don't want to sit here listening to the same thing for 10 years. But here we are. Yeah. Fun stuff. I did say that I popped in to Soul's stream the other day. And I told him about the model. I hadn't shown it off. The only place that I've shown it off is on, like, my Discord server, which consists of me and 5 other people. And all of them are followers. Started a small little follower community where it was just like, hey, if you want to get the up and up on what's going on with Gojo, jump on this Discord. And again, I've kind of been like doing it as like a by request kind of deal. Not really putting any, I don't know, it's like you get, what do you get, like boost a server or something or whatever, you pay for like nitro and you can have the permanent link, but it's not, I don't care enough about having a permanent link where I like I'll just create a temporary one and then share that with whoever wants it. It's one of those things, if someone's like in chat, they're like, hey, what's your Discord? And I go like, bam, server link. Kind of how I handle all that. You want link? I can send link. I need to, oh god. Invite people. Link. I think that will take you to the server. If I'm not mistaken, that should take you to the server. But yeah. That's how we handle it around here. We do the cheap version, which is the money-less version. I don't know. I think, like, it was kind of random, but, like, I was talking about this with Kyle, and he had talked about, like, me getting nitro, but I said, like, the more important thing is being able to sort of, like, pay for, like, things that I'm gonna use, like equipment or software. And the perfect example of that was getting software for the model. The software that I'm using to get this on here is free, but the connecting software that gets the camera stuff and puts it on to the computer costs like $30, which isn't a lot of money when you think about it, but it's an expense. And it's definitely not going to be the only expense that this channel is going to bring. People are going to be like, you gotta play the latest thing. And I'm going to be like, sure. I guess. And what do you do with that? But yeah, kind of where I'm at with that. I spend the money where I think it should go. You're in now, yes. I did see you arrive. I sent you a sup. But yeah, it really, all I post in there is just kind of like what's going on. I do want it to become sort of more of a community page, obviously, at some point, where people can just kind of chat and arrange, like, we did. Okay, so was it back in September? I think I tried to do a community game night, and it was Mario Kart on the Switch, and like, it was so poorly thrown together. Like, I just kind of said like, hey, we're playing Mario Kart later tonight. And it's like, cool. Any number of things could have come up. People have plans, like, do this better. So I do want to do that better, though. I do want to set up like community game nights and stuff. The first one was just Kyle and I playing to a crowd of nobody. I'm fairly certain no one was there. But we had fun. Played Mario Kart for a couple hours, and Jackbox sounds like a fun party game for us. Yeah, for sure. I think that I would like to get a Jackbox going, but I don't know, it's like, what constitutes like enough people to play that game? I just don't know. Like, would you, like, that's the thing, it's like, is 5 people enough people playing that game, or 4, or I don't know. Like, you could, depends on the game, yeah, for sure, but it's like, I don't know. See, that's the thing, some are 4 players, or some are more, yeah. Like, I have a lot of fun playing Quiplash, but Quiplash is too, I don't know, it doesn't feel right having less than like 5 people, because it's just like, I don't know, that's the other thing too, is that like some of those games, like you get a, I'm just like brain farting right now. But yeah, no, the less people you have, the less fun it is long term, because you just like, you start to recognize patterns and you're just like, well, that's this person. And like, I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say when I'm talking about that. Def could get a couple of mine friends in the Demons game is my favorite. Demons 1. I'm trying to think of which one that is, because I feel like I definitely played it before, but I don't recall. Do you remember Jackbox, or do you remember the friends you made along the way? Because I would definitely say that I remember more like the devils and the details. Okay. I would have to look at it. Like, I was just sitting there with my mouth agape, not knowing what was going on. I have my mouth settings to be like virtually 1-to-1 with my mouth. So like, if I'm sitting there looking dumbfounded with my mouth agape, I genuinely am just sitting there dumbfounded with my mouth agape, and seeing it like overly pronounced on the model is hilarious to me. Because it's just me sitting there going like like what the hell's going on with this person? He's crazy. But yeah, time for another track. Yeah, Burby. I'll put a pic in chat. Okay. I've got to see. Okay. Yeah, I've definitely seen that one before, for sure. I can't remember the last time I played it, but I've definitely seen it. I definitely do recognize it, for sure. Man, I wasn't planning to, like, be on doing this for a long time, but we are crossing the hour threshold here very soon. Stream titles modeled demo, and I came in here and just did, like, a full-on stream. Oh well. When having fun, what can do? I'm fairly certain that what was I gonna say? Oh my god. Why does my brain do this? It's 2:41 in the morning. I'm just gonna blame it on the time and just leave it at that. Blame it on my cold toes and blame it on the time. VCT match. Okay. Pretend like I'm an idiot because I am. I don't know what that is. What is Valor? Oh, okay. My brain was like, I want to say Valorant something, but I'm like, do I say it and be wrong? Or I don't know. You've been into watching it? I see. Okay, so this is something that came up. I uninstalled Valorant, not because I have like a distaste for the game itself, but the group that I was playing it with, I guess the group Ace is really, really toxic and like overly competitive. And I just got to a point where I'm like, nah, like just not doing these. It's like, I can't, like, I just play for fun. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of me too. Like every game that I play is just like, I'm trying to enjoy a story, or I'm trying to like play I'm just trying to have fun with friends, and it turns into this insane, like, no, have to be first place. It's just like nothing could possibly make this anything less than annoying what you're doing, blah blah blah. It's just like, get over it. Like, we're all just having fun. At least you should be, if you're playing around with your friends and joking around and having a good time, and not like every little thing just being like fuck's sake, like I can't enjoy this game because my team is sucking too much, or like, I don't know. One of the main things that he does is like, if you get kills instead of him, he gets really pissed off, which is really really fucking annoying. But like, you dropped a friend of yours because they'd yell at your friends in game. Yeah, I mean, like, every single group that I've played Valorant with has one person who's like a little better than everyone else, but is also one of the least fun people to play the game with. Because it's just like, I don't know, it's like, it shouldn't be such like a chore to play a game, right? Like, we're just having fun. best friend pulled away from me a bit because of her. It happens. I mean, like, I haven't talked a lot with my main gaming group recently because this person has just, like, every single night is, like, a potential argument over something stupid. So I've just kind of been, like, avoiding, like, I left their Discord, too, because I was just like, Jesus Christ, like, like, they'd argue about, like, dictionary definitions. It was just like the most ridiculous shit, and I'm just like, I can't. Like, I need to leave. But yeah, totally get it. There'd be some toxic gamers out there. But either way, I mean, she's the person that yelled at me in DBD. Oh. Yeah, no, yeah, I know exactly. She's out trying to have fun. Fuck all that trying shit, yeah. Well, because, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I remember that night, too. I mean, like, I remember you and I laughing and kind of carrying on, and I, like, didn't remember, like, the game structure or the controls. And, like, because I would giggle a bit and think it was funny, I'd just get in trouble. I'm just like, what do you want from me? Like, I'm just, like, messing around, having fun. At least I thought I was trying to. It's crazy. It's funny, she just gets pissy and it bothered me. Yeah, well, it's, I don't know, it's like, just chill out. Like, doesn't have to be a big thing. Just hanging out, especially in a game like Dead by Daylight. I mean, like, the whole, like, premise of the game is, like, goofy, silly, kind of, I don't know. Like, you could run around as Chucky, for fuck's sake. It's I don't think it's meant to be taken seriously, but she'd let me do anything, but the second someone else fucks around, she gets angry, like, nah, keep that same energy with me. Yeah. Well, it's like, it doesn't make it fun for anyone else, right? Well, okay, so, hold on. If I'm not mistaken by the dynamic, y'all are dating or were dating? You can just put ... We were. Okay. Not talking to her no more. Fair. Does that seem insensitive? I just kind of thought of that. I just said fair. Happier single, though. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know. I've never been in any long-term relationships. I've had, like, connections with people, and then, like, this is something, okay, it's super personal, but, like, something in, like, therapy is just kind of, like, it's sort of like that whole self-fulfilling prophecy thing. Like, there's that feeling of, like, if someone gets to know me, they won't like what they see, but I've been doing much healthier, so I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm in a position now where I'm much healthier mentally, and that if someone told me that they liked me now, I'd be a little more open to it. Whereas like when I started therapy, I was really like, no, you don't. What do you like about me? Like, you know, like I'd question it. Like I couldn't take it at face value. I would just be like concerned. But like, what is ulterior motive? Explain. It was only 6 months, but was an annoying 6 months. I feel like I should have better responses lined up than fair. All I know is that the couple of conversations that I was involved in kept me from joining calls. That is my angle on what was going on at that period of time when I was like in... Am I? Okay, cool. Yeah, because I don't know, it's just like... yeah, the few calls and times that I played games with you guys, and every single time it got out of hand, every single time, it wasn't like there was a single time where I was like, yeah, I'd love to play again. Every single time I was like, oh, I'd love to join, but so-and-so's there, and I'm just like, fuck. Like, what do you do? It's one of those things. I mean, you were saying before, like, hit me up if you want to play DVD. Love a gamer, buddy. Yeah, absolutely. It would give me an excuse to play that game, because honestly, like, I was more than... Because I think you and I had talked a little bit before about, like, playing that regularly, and I would love to, but, like, I uninstalled it after that last time. It would, like, it wasn't even, like, a hint. I was just like, cool, I'm gonna go, and then I uninstalled it and I haven't played it since. Cause like, I don't know, like, what do you do? Like at the time y'all were playing together like all the time, so it's just like if I want to play with friend, I'll get in trouble. Like, big sad. But now they're not here, so hit me up. Yeah, absolutely. I have more than enough free time to play whenever. So I will definitely make an effort. I like I like the little I like the emote that you dropped in the Discord. Is it like my brain is like struggling between calling it a frog or a kappa. Is it which one is it supposed to be? Is it a little wee frog or a kappa? A carapi or a carapi? Yay or nay, A or B, carapi or carapi? The former or the latter? A? Okay, a carapi. It's cute. I like it. The nice lady who did my model, eventually when I get to a point where I can get emotes for the channel, I am going to get them from the same person, because this model's pretty on point and her art is really good, and she also does emotes for like dirt cheap, and I need to put her link in my panel, and I've totally forgotten to do that, and now that I'm mentioning her on stream, I'm like, oh my god, I was gonna advertise her for sure. So let me just let me just let me gonna open up her Etsy page. I found her on Etsy. Derp 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 derp. I think Nekonime. Nekonime? Nekonime? It's something like that. Image links to, and I'm even look at this. I'm even gonna link to her spot on Etsy. Going crazy. Gub Gub. Hello. I'll add an image to that later, but now I have a panel for that. Game starts in 5 minutes, so see you later. Okay. Have fun, enjoy your show. Thank you for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to have you come by. Miss you, I missed you too. Bye-bye. I will see you soon. We will talk soon for sure too. But yeah, Gub Gub. Hello. Thank you for dropping by. And thank you for the compliment. I did the core design for the model, and I had a nice lady I had a nice lady come by and do the initial design, and she's killer. I love her work, and I will definitely work with her again. She was super brilliant and super informative and super, like, yeah. I loved it. It was great. But yeah. It is awesome. I feel really... I'm elated and also overwhelmed. I've said more than once during this stream that it feels a bit much, and it's when I say that, it's just because, like, I got so used to the PNG tuber experience that now finally having like a functioning model is just like, holy shit, how is this real? You know, like it was such a long wait, but it was so worth it. It is she's brilliant, and I will shout her out constantly. She was really, really good. Nekonime on Etsy. I'm pretty sure the panel down below links to her page, but I'm not sure. I'll probably have to add an image. Tempted to have an actual model made myself, but I also love the simplicity of a PNG tuber. That's, hey, whatever works for you. Honestly, mine was just like... I had been thinking about it for a long time, and she had like wicked deals going on her Etsy page, and I was like, hell yeah, why not? And here we are. It's super thorough, super well made. I can emote, I can get real mad. I can get like overly jovial. I can get real sad. And I can blush. I can be embarrassed. I do have it's like I have an auto blush that goes on a little bit, but I kind of toned it down because if I like twitched my mouth, it would like flare up, and I'm just like, no. I toned it down severely because it was just like it was a lot. But ultimately, it's fun. But yeah, actually, while I'm having a brain fart, I can link. Well, this link should work. I think I have to have an actual image tied to it for it to work with the link, though. Okay, apparently yes. Let me quickly throw that up on there. Oh, whoops. I'm doing this in real time. Image, download, that one. Show me the location. Put it on the desktop. I'm trying to make sure that I can link to her work properly. Because I really want I want to like make sure anyone that wants to can have access. I would absolutely recommend getting her to do a model for you if you wish. She was super informative. She was super, like, the back and forth was brilliant. She's great. Hopefully this works now. Okay, yeah. It appears to work now. So if you refresh the page, I have an Etsy logo there that I will replace with her actual logo. But yeah, definitely if you're considering it, check it out. She's got deals on all the time. Highly recommend her. She was great. What time is it now? It is 3:01. Oh my god. For a random drop-in stream that was just meant to be a demo for the model, really made an effort and a point to just kind of hang out. At least I left that part in the title, because who knows what goes on. Could just as easily have been like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. But we're an hour and 20 minutes in. Fun times. And I'm not exactly tired, because I had caffeine. I'm cracked. Ahead of you time-wise, it's only 12 a.m. for you? Yeah. Your Pacific time. Most of the people I speak to on a regular basis are behind me in time. And it kills me, because, like, I'd rather start my night around the time that everyone else that I talk to does, but as I'm, like, you know, as everyone's deciding they want to get off, I've been dying for a couple of hours, like, having heart palpitations and feeling, like, super exhausted. It's just, I don't know. Every friend that I've made online is someone who is from the West Coast, and I'm just like East Coast chilling, and it's a problem. But either way, I'm super glad that this turned out to be a fun little evening. Sleep schedule is fucked, so I'm always up late. Oh yeah, no, trust me, it's 3:03 in the morning. I would consider myself about halfway to where I would normally go. I'm usually shutting down my PC around 5. Like, my sleep schedule is completely fucked up. I have no semblance of an ordinary sleep schedule. It is disastrous. I'll probably die at the age of 35. But at the end of the day, I enjoyed it. That's what matters. I just hope that if I do die by 35, that I've at least, like, made something of myself more than just, like, being chilling on Twitch and, like, working just to pay bills. I like, me at my age, I should totally strive for better, but I'm just chilling. I feel that's so hard. Yeah. No, like, I was I was saying earlier, I just turned 27 this month, and like I like all I was thinking was like, man, I've got to get through this year. I do not want to be a part of 27 Club in the slightest. Like, just like be safe, eat better, try and get some sleep, try and like keep myself on track. If I can make it to 28, then I've beat the system. No interest or desire to be a part of 27 Club in the slightest. It's like open membership, but like they usually don't they usually don't go on. It's a death sentence, one might say. I guess the main thing to consider is that I'm not a famous person, so the likelihood of me joining 27 Club is very slim. I shouldn't worry too much about that. It's like, you ain't gonna join no 27 Club. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. I appreciate it. That birthday fucking sucked, though. Turned 21 in September. Definitely am starting to feel like a boomer compared to the younger Gen Z people. There's like... There's definitely a point, and this is kind of like... It's funny that you mentioned Gen Z, because like... I'm at that point where, like, when you look at the chart of what Gen Z is... I'm just at the starting point of what Gen Z is, but I don't... like... It's a weird in-between thing, because it's like, I can't relate strongly to millennials, and I can't relate strongly to Gen Z people, but I definitely understand Gen Z people more. It's like, yeah, I kind of grew up around the same shit, what of it? But also the same could be said for millennial stuff. A lot of the things that I grew up with were older than me when they entered my life, so like I'm an 80s kid or I'm a 90s kid. It's like, sweet. I partook of the 80s and 90s things that were popular of the time to a point. Oh, I didn't think I was gonna need this. I didn't think I was gonna be streaming this long. I definitely need more water than I thought I did. Me dying. I hope that doesn't thump loud on the desk. I don't have anything there to make that quieter. You better hydrate. I am hydrating. Oh boy. I have an itchy nose. If I scratch my nose, my face gets all glitchy. The software thinks that me moving my mouth downwards is me talking. I know that there's like a software that I can use that doesn't do that, but like I'm so lazy. I tried setting up the more complex software and I was just like, nah, it's too much shit. Can't be bothered. Can't be thinking about that. So I'm just using VTube Studio. So I've got VTube Studio off Steam, which is free on Steam. but I've got my phone linked to my PC as like this sort of true depth camera, and the software is I can't remember if it was like $15 or $30 or something like that off the App Store. So that's what I'm using, and it's super easy to set up. Basically just like drop the source into OBS and like green screen the model out and do whatever with it. Yeah, Steam has a lot of software. I was actually quite surprised because there's like add-ons and things that you can get too to like make it more in-depth, but like all in due time. Honestly, this was more just about like getting things going and getting live. And of course, Steam has the benefit that not all launchers have, in which case you can boot like multiple softwares or multiple software at once. So I can run this, I could run a game, I could run like a tool, I could run all kinds of stuff. And I have very, very basic understanding, and like I can do very minimal asset creation, so I can kind of get by. But I do definitely want to, like, this is the nice part about the lady that I got the model from, is that she kind of does everything. Like, she does high detail art, she does emotes, she does banner stuff, she does logos. So at some point, little by little, this whole thing will turn into a nice fancy place. But the main thing for me was getting live again, and getting live, you know, with a fun model, which, I don't know, I like it. And everyone that's come by so far that has spoken in chat has said they like it. And the few IRL sneak peeks that I've given, I've only had one negative response, but like, the guy's a stinker. I don't like him. He was just kind of like there when I was showing it off, and he was just like, what the fuck is that? Like you're serious? Yeah, you're one of those? And it's just like, grow up. Like, go away. It's like, I ain't here to impress you. We just chilling, we just having fun. I'm changing songs again. Oh dear. Can I get like, hold on. Extended. The old one though. Not ads. Please stop. There we go. Ah. Fuck yeah. Boo, stupid hater. Hell yeah. No, fuck that guy. That's what I was saying. He's a stinker. He's a dumb caca poo poo wiener head. The music slaps. Oh, hell yeah. This is one of the ones I want to cover. Oh my god. I don't know if I've mentioned it while you've been in the other streams that I did with Kyle, like the other Pokemon streams. And I like to throw it out there, but like, I do like video game music covers. And like, I've done a few Gen 2 ones. I haven't done this track yet though. Actually, I can put those on. I don't know why I don't do them more. It's like free advertising. It's like, what's this music? It's like, oh, it's from this. If I can find it. There we are. Okay. Playlist. Music. There we go. I gotta turn this up though. Oh my god. There we go. You listen to some of this stuff, it's awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm glad you know about it, because, like, it's one of my hidden passions. Music is one of the things I majored in high school, and, like, I still, like, all these years later, like, I started doing music production when I was 16, and it just stuck. It never left. Mind you, my original music is, like, severely lacking, but I do what I like. I have fun with it. The main thing is to have fun with it. Oh, I keep having brain farts, and I'm gonna blame them on I'm gonna blame the brain farts on the 3:16 time. Only thing I did in school is choir, but because of COVID I had to stop. Damn. Yeah, my thoughts go out to anyone that had, like, their school experience ruined by that. Because I was fortunate enough that, like, I was, like, well into adulthood by the time that all went down. So, like, there's so many stories. Like, I know so many younger, so many younger people that, like, their high school experience was, like, ruined by it. All young 20-somethings. Co-workers and things. I'm like the second oldest person at my job. The only other older person than me is like 33. And it's like, we get along, like, we all get along, but, like, yeah, the conversations that are had, sometimes I'm looked at funny. Oh. Some of these get loud randomly. But yeah, I also did choir, now that you mention it. I did, well, it was it was a vocal music class, which was basically like, if you're familiar with, like, Glee Club, it was basically like a Glee Club that had a proper curriculum and a credit tied to it. So we would just kind of, like, we would just sort of, like, hold concerts and get practical grades for performances, but because of that, choir was like a mandatory part of the program, as, like, to get the credit. But other than that, it was like, it was epic. My music teacher was easily, like, my favorite teacher in school, and I've seen him many times outside of school, and it's always weird because he's like, "What are you doing now?" And I'm just like, "Oh, you know, I'm just kind of existing." And he's like, "Yeah, we should get a drink." And I'm like, "Sweet, sure." And then I don't see him for, like, months. It's crazy. Like, if there's any teachers. When I came out as trans, did men's chorus for like a year and a half, and then went up a step to acapella. Acapella groups are, like, so fun to watch to me. I think, like, but, like, in a live setting, I would say. I think, like, acapella groups live are some of the most fun that you can have with, like, vocal music. Especially if you know all the songs too. Just, like, completely entranced, and you're just like, like I said, with the music production background, like I love hearing people's interpretations of stuff. It's just interesting. Cherry Grove City. This one's so peaceful. I like the men's chorus more only because I got to be a tenor / baritone, but yeah, it was a lot of fun. Yeah, the choir, that being a part of a school choir, it was all like mixed gender, but like of course most of the men were like most of the like, yeah, I would say like most of us were like assigned to bass, and I think we had like 2 tenors, and they were both like, they were like just barely hitting tenor notes, and they were like hurting themselves, and there was like a whole fiasco where they would like end up taking time, because they would just like they'd overshoot with their voices and damage their chords a lot, their folds, their vocal flaps, whatever you want to call them. But they were a fun group of people. I think I only talked to about like 4 or 5 people from that group of people. And there was probably about like 30 of us. It was a really popular course. I mean, again, like just basically getting like concerts all the time, which again, like to some degree, some of it's like goofy karaoke, and other times like you got like a good show out of it. A whole group of musicians just kind of like going off. It was a really fun experience. Violet City. I think that like, yeah, I think that like most people that like music, I think a good thing for them would be like, if not to be a part of a choir, definitely go watch one. I think that it's a really fun and interesting experience to see how different groups dissect music. I could talk for hours on different aspects of music production, and like from like a stage perspective, from a production perspective. I didn't have any solos on stage, mostly because I was super chicken shit, but I definitely got good grades. That's all I can say for that. That was one of the things that Kyle and I have talked about. Kyle, you might remember by name or not. The other guy that I would stream with, it's Doff. That's his channel name. But he and I were both in that music course, like in all of those music courses together. And he's got a band called Remember November, which are featured on Apple Music or Spotify. And I don't know what else, but I know there's other services that they're on. But like he and I have talked about doing some type of music performance thing for streaming at some point, but we'll see. It's one of those things, like I want to get into this a little bit before I start getting all fun and wacky with the different ideas. It's always great to have a long-term friend like that. Glad you guys are still good buddies. Oh yeah. Honestly, most of the people that I know are people that I've known for like years and years. Like I would say like a fair amount of my friend group are all people that I grew up with. Whether they were like, whether they go as far back as elementary school or high school is like, I know 2 guys from elementary school, like kindergarten, like that I still know and talk to this day. And the rest of them are all high school buddies. Like, this is one of those things I find too, like, I've got plenty of friends on the other side of the continent who I've known for over 10 years or so as well. Like, becoming friends with me is like a long-term commitment. It's like, if you're not in it for the long haul, then sorry. I guess like being friends with me is not for the faint-hearted. If that makes sense, I don't know. The main takeaway is that if we get close, you're just like in that book for life. You will, like, I will be on my deathbed, like, remembering close friends from like different walks of life and different times. It's like, oh, that's my friend so and so that I knew since like 80 years ago. That's being like ambitious with the timing, but like, who knows, by the time, if I make it to old, by the time that I am old, who knows, could just be like around for a while. You always hear that we'll outlive the people that are old. What is old to us today might not be that old tomorrow. Definitely very picky about my friends, so when I do let people into my little bubble, they are stuck with me. Yeah. It's like, I don't know, like, I don't even have like a number cap on like the people that like, I don't know, like, I would never consider like my friend group as being full. I'm always happy to meet cool people. Much like yourself. I'm always happy to have new people come around and sort of like increase my my bubble. I like to think that it's like I've got like an ever expanding ledger. Which is funny because like I would easily describe myself as like mostly introverted. But like, yeah. There's no number cap on friends for me, particularly. The introverted extrovert. What do people call that? I always like, every time this comes up, I have no idea how to put it. It's just like, yeah, I like to chill. I like hanging out at home. But I also like talking to people. It's like, can you be an introverted people person? Is that a thing? An ambivert? I've never heard of that term, but it sounds legit, so I'm gonna take your word for it. It's like absolutely willing to just like, absolutely willing to hang out with people and engage in like intellectual or fun conversation. But I also like kicking it back and watching shows or playing games and just like having like a little bit of me time. I like, I would say a little bit of me time. I don't like being alone per se, but I do enjoy the odd bit of quiet. I think that everyone can go for a bit of quiet now and again, but I know that if I have like several days back to back of not talking to anybody, I panic. I'm just like, oh my god, my friends hate me. Nah, it's never that bad, but it's like I always prefer to be in conversation than not. But if you put me in a public setting with a ton of strangers, I'm gonna be like, hi. Just all weird. Need to rehydrate. I don't know what that looks like. I'm sure it looks silly. I'm sure every time I take a drink, it just looks like my mouth is just agape for no reason. But it is what it is. It's a part of the process. Just like, it's like, what is he doing? Like, just like uber concerned, just like, it's like, what is this disgusting person doing? Like, they're just sitting there making glugging noises with their mouth open. Disgusting. just a complete shit show. Like, I hope you didn't come here for professionalism, because you will not find it here. I was thinking, like, the best this is ever gonna get is, like, higher quality assets, but if you're looking for, like, professionalism or, like, a wicked personality, it's like, shit. I'm fucked. I'm like, this is all I got. Sorry. Oh! Now that I'm hearing this play, it's like Wind Waker music. That was one of the other things that I was looking at doing, was playing through the Zelda games, but like, what was it, chronological order? I want to play through potentially chronological order. We'll see how my brain works, but I do want to play through them. Earlier in the stream I was talking about I was playing like the Metal Gear Solid games, but I would love to go through, because I have physical copies of like all the major releases, so I would love to like just stream like front to back like the catalog of Zelda. I don't have the Philips CDI, but we'll just like pretend those don't exist for anything other than the memes. Because I don't want to subject myself to that horror if I don't have to. It'd be one, you know, like, it would be one of those things that, like, if there was like, if someday I get to affiliate and there's like the conversation of like a subathon, then we can talk about it. But like, if there's nothing like that, it's just gonna kind of sit there on the back burner. I know one of the other ones we were talking about earlier was like a or I think did I post it in the server? I did, but I took it down. I don't know why I took it down. But I was talking about doing like a Ocarina of Time randomizer on the Ship of Harkinian, the PC port of Ocarina of Time. And the other one was like the merged worlds thing. I forget what it's called, but it merges Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and makes one big like randomizer. So that'd be pretty cool. but I would absolutely have to figure out how the hell that works. Set it up, make an event out of it, you know? There's plenty of ideas. That was like the earlier part of the stream was just like, what do I talk about? I'm so nervous. It's like I haven't done this in 2 months, and also I'm debuting like the model, first time ever showing it off kind of thing. What do I talk about? And it was just like verbal diarrhea of like, I'm doing this, and I talked about this, and I plan on doing this, like just non-stop. Plenty of plans for absolute random nonsense. But yeah, clearing through these Zelda games, I do have the Gold Cart original. I had a copy of 2. I don't know what happened to it, so I've got to get another one. I do have Link to the Past. I have a original copy of Ocarina, so the 1.0 Gold Cart with all the old religious symbolism and all the original music and the blood and all the stuff. I've got Majora's Mask. I've got Wind Waker. I've got Twilight Princess. I've got Skyward Sword. I've got Four Sword Adventures, which if I was to set up, I would absolutely try to get the multiplayer thing going, but I do need like the GameCube / Game Boy link cable thing. There's so much I'd love to do, but that's one of the things that's been sort of tossed around, is playing through Zelda games for sure. I'm a big fan of Zelda. One of the alt things I'd like to do for the model is to have like I'd like to have Majora's Mask that I can sort of like have on my face, and then an alt one which is like the mask kind of like up on the side of my head. So I can have the mask on my face, and then another, I guess, emote of it on the side of my head. I'm super obsessed with Majora's Mask. I used to be so scared of that game as a kid, but it became like my favorite game of all time. I'm a huge simp for Majora's Mask. I love that game. I'm not an apologist. I fully understand that it's not for everybody, but I love it. It is... I wouldn't ever try to pass it off as like the best game of all time, but it is my favorite game. I used to play it annually. Well, okay, I used to play it several times a year, but I used to... Like, yeah, I used to play it several times a year, but then I switched down to doing Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask once a year, because it didn't feel right to sort of play the duology, like, separate. But yeah, Twilight Princess, definitely my favorite. Wind Waker comes in second, Majora's Mask is third. They are, you know what? Zelda is a fucking amazing franchise. All 3 of those games are, like, if they're not God tier, they're S tier, for sure. But I love all 3 of those games. They're all really good, really fun, very memorable experiences. Wind Waker, I got to a little later, but I got stuck at the Forbidden Fortress as a kid. And then when I was older, and stopped being an actual, like, pile of garbage at games, I, like, was able to actually get to a point where, like, I'd advance, like, a dungeon at a time. And then when I got to... So on the original GameCube, when you got to the Triforce Hunt, like, and it just became like, you don't have enough money. You can't even make enough money to pay for the charts. That was the point where I was just like, nah. Like, as a kid, I just stopped. And, like, Wind Waker HD was the first time I saw the end of the game. Twilight Princess, though, like, I played, like, I was so sucked into that. Like, that game came out, what was it, 2006? And it was actually my brother who bought it, and he played it for like 5 hours and then gave up on it. Just, I couldn't explain to you why. But then when I started my playthrough, that was just like, that was what I did until I completed it. And I even had like a save right at the end of the game. Like, well, I think the way that Twilight Princess handled the saves is that, like, even when you saved at, like, game completion, it still put you just before the final boss. But, like, I kept that save just so I could play, like, my favorite fight in that game was the Dark Beast Ganon fight, doing it as Wolf Link. That was, like, if you had to talk about, like, a set-piece moment for that game, that was, like, a huge one for me. I love that. And, like, a lot of people are like, that's the easiest fight in the game. It's like, it's so fucking cool, man. Like, you telling me, like, fucking going dog mode and throwing a giant gorilla boar, like, isn't one of the coolest fucking things you've ever done in a Zelda game? No. It's like, oh, man, I'm sorry, but agree to disagree. That shit was epic. I loved it. Skyward Sword, I didn't have a strong appreciation for until, I want to say, probably around... No, it definitely would have been Skyward Sword HD. And it was mostly due to the reasons that everyone kind of has issues with the game. Just kind of like, you know, like the hand-holding nature, the... like Fee dropping in like every 3 seconds to tell you that the water's boiling and she farted, and like it was just like it was difficult for me. Loved Skyward Sword the first time I played the HD, then I tried to replay it and I wanted to break my Switch. Oh no. Like, I think okay, so I did the twin stick control scheme for Skyward Sword HD, and I thoroughly enjoyed the game playing it that way, which is like strange because like I wouldn't have counted myself as like I would not have thought that the twin stick control scheme would have been the way for me to play that game, because I did try playing it with motion controls initially because I'm like, oh, fuck it, like they've got to be better. And then I sat down and played it in handheld with twin stick, and I was just like, this is great. I love it. So amazing. Water. But yeah. My Zelda experiences are great. I love them. And I can't wait to share them with everybody, because Zelda is fucking awesome. I have, I just reorganized my space, and I've got like shelving full of figures and shelving full of like collectibles and stuff. Like, there used to be like a Murphy bed, which is like one of those sort of like wardrobe beds, but we got rid of it because it was like a spring-loaded death trap. It wasn't even like my bed, it was just like something that I had for guests. But like, as people kind of move on in life, you stop having reasons for people to use stuff like that. So it's just like, fuck it, I want shelf space. And yeah, I just ended up like, I have way more figures and like books and like I've got the Anyway, it was Zelda related. That's why I brought this up. I've got the Hyrule Encyclopedia. I have the blue book version, which, like, they had 2 versions available, and I totally cheaped out on the blue book version because they had a gold cart, which was like, it was like a hardcover of like the original Zelda cartridge for like $20 more, and I fucking hate myself for not getting that version of the book. But yeah, I do have the Hyrule Encyclopedia. I also have the Compendium for Breath of the Wild, which is like a super thick hardcover book that, like, I swear to God, when I dropped it on my desk, just when I did like the drop test on it, just to see how loud it would be, I'm not even kidding, like the whole top shelf of my desk collapsed. It is fucking huge. And then I also have the collector's edition of the strategy guide for Tears of the Kingdom, which, like, Tears of the Kingdom, oh my god, I love that shit. I had a coworker who blasted me every single day for liking Tears of the Kingdom, and I'm just like, I'm fucking sorry that your life is so miserable that you have to look for reasons to hate Tears of the Kingdom, because even though, like, some people can argue that it's just like, oh, it's just more Breath of the Wild, it's like, dude, fucking, like, all of this shit's just more of whatever the last one was. Like, come on. That's what franchises are. They just evolve on existing material. It's like, don't look for reasons to hate on it. Especially if it's something you love. I think that's like looking for a reason to not like something is really silly. It's like, it's absolutely okay to have an opinion, but don't like actively try to be like, this sucks. Exactly. Yeah. No, it's like 100%. These were like heated conversations that were like entirely one-sided because this coworker was just like literally screaming, and I don't know how this person was not like I just don't know how this person wasn't like let off. They were just like, God, they got away with so much all the time, and it was just like freaked me out, because I'm just like, oh my god, this person is literally screaming at the top of their lungs how much they hate Tears of the Kingdom. Like customers hanging about and just being like, it's the worst fucking game I've ever played. I can't believe this shit. I'm like, anyone who likes Tears of the Kingdom is like a complete fucking sham. It's absolute bullshit. It's the worst fucking game I've ever seen. It's just like, I'm okay. Like, whatever you say, I'm sorry. Like, me loving it, paying for the collector's edition, getting all the fancy stuff, loving the time that I had with the game. Dude, I teared up when I rolled credits on Tears of the Kingdom, because I was like, man, like, there's another fucking game that I'm never gonna get to experience for the first time ever again. Like, I wept. I was so upset. And not many games can break me like that, where it's just like, god damn, like, that was a good time. Tears of the Kingdom was that game for me last year. I loved it. Trying to think like what else came out last year that was like, I know everyone was up on Baldur's Gate 3, and I do have Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm only like 8 hours into Baldur's Gate 3, and like, I really like it. I love D&D, and I love Baldur's Gate. I wish I would play more of it, but like long RPGs, I don't know what it is. It's just like, it depends on, because again, like, you could argue, right? You could argue, be like, well, like, Legend of Zelda is an RPG, but you finish those, and it's like, Exactly. Right. Exactly that. It's not even like... It's not at all to do with the game and everything to do with like the brain power it takes to run that all the way to the end. The ADHD-ism is real. It's just like, I'll be playing Baldur's Gate and I'll just be like, cool, I'm gonna do something else now. Just like, and it's not like I'm bored at all. It's just like, you get that tingle in the back of your brain. Like, you just like, I don't know if I have to sneeze or if I have to punch something, but I need to do literally anything else. And Baldur's Gate is like, it is just that game. It is brilliant, but it is so like, oh my god. Like, sometimes RPGs do be like that. You just like, you get that tingle at the back of your brain that's just like, oh my god. Like, you just start vibrating and like losing your mind. Just like my good buddy Liam is like diagnosed. I don't know where on the ADHD spectrum he is, but he's kind of like that, like he's kind of at that level where he can get like dysfunctionally angry with his ADHD. And sometimes it's like super hilarious to just like watch him like turn blue in the face and start getting like really pissed off because he's just like, I need to move. Like me at my angle is literally just like I need to do something else, but he'll literally like, he'll just be sitting there in public. We'll be like eating lunch or something, and then he'll be like, fuck, and then just like just like get up and leave. And then they're like, is he coming back? And it's just like, he'll be back. He's like, he's not gonna leave the bill unpaid. He's just having a moment. He just like comes back sweating. He's like, sorry, I had to get out. It's like, oh my god. It's always funny too, because like he and I will like he and I will eat out a lot, and we're often mistaken for a couple. So like servers will come up, like I don't know, like my picture's down below on my music channel, so like looks be subjective, but like I would definitely consider him like one of my better looking friends for sure. He's a good looking man. We are often mistaken for a couple when we go out and grab lunch and stuff, because I don't know, like people just walk up and they're like oh, like two men having lunch, it's like they must be dating. And it's just like, because they'll gesture with like little, it's like, oh, there's like a couple special or like this, and then he'll just be like, bro, you want to get the couple special? And I'm just like, no, I want to fucking eat what I want to eat. It's like I'm not that like tight for money that I'm gonna get the couple special just because. And he's just like, come on. And then he'll reach across the table and like brush my hand. I'm like, dude, fucking leave me alone. I'm just trying to like have my lunch. He's just like fucking with me. He'll probably be doing that less now because he's got a lady with him, but his girlfriend is mildly possessive, I would say. It's a newer relationship, so they're obviously still getting used to each other, but like she's totally the type that would be like, she'd totally elbow him like, babe, stop. It's like, I'm just like, man, like she's gonna be involved at lunches now, and then I'm gonna be like third wheeling. Sadness. It's nothing like two straight close male friends that'll just be like super gay. Just like, it's just like when we're in private, I'll like joke around and hit him back with stuff, but like he's so unhinged in public. He'll just, like I said, he'll like brush my hand in public and stuff. And I'm just like, yo, stop. Just like, so if there's like anything, it's just like, oh, he's a good friend. I love hanging out with him. He's funny. I don't think I've had him involved in any of this stuff, but he's definitely involved a lot in my group channel, like the Laugh Lot Gamers channel. I do a lot of stuff with him. It's a swell lad. And like, a couple of my other friends would totally do that, but they're definitely more like subdued like myself, where like in public they're more like come on, man. It's just like, it's like, keep it together. We're in a public setting, and he'll still be like it'd just be like sitting there like leaning over, be like, you don't even know what I'm gonna do to you later. And it's like, dude, stop. There's a good portion of my friends that are again very like subdued about it, like myself. In private, it's like, yeah, man, I'll give you a kiss. And then like, just like in public, it's like, okay, dude, knock it off. It's funny. Friends like that are the best. Yeah. Like I said, his public output is just like, I strive to have that level of confidence. Like, being able to just like be unapologetically yourself in any setting is just like such a goal. It's not even like my desires to just be that guy all the time, but like to want to be goofy and to just do it. It's awesome. It's definitely definitely one of those friends that I'm just like, I introduce him to like pretty much every friend group. He just fits in with anybody. Yamane! How's it going? You just finished sailing the high seas? What does that mean? When you say finish sailing the high seas, okay, Sea of Thieves. I was like, okay, it's like there's either Sea of Thieves or the other game. Man, oh god, Sea of Thieves is great. I tried Skull and Bones. I wanted to die. That game is such a disaster, and it's not because it's like mechanically broken. It's just not a good game. It's like a lot of Ubisoft games, just like, yo. Hit you up when you want to play? Fuck yeah, I love to play Sea of Thieves. Are you playing that on Xbox or PC? I mean, it doesn't really matter either way, but that being one of those crossplay. PC player? Fuck yeah! PC! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Man, I've had so many good times playing Sea of Thieves. That game is like, I love that PlayStation's getting on Sea of Thieves now, because it's like, that's one of those games that everyone should have. Model's great, thank you. The lovely Nikonime had Nikonime. I don't know how to say her name, but her Etsy page is on my panels down there. She's great. She was awesome. She does pretty much everything for like VTuber streaming. So like art, she does emotes. So I'm gonna be working with her a lot. This model is like, I was gushing so much with this model. I'm like, what do I do? I've honestly put off like doing this stream, A, because I was sick, and B, because I was just like, dear God, like, what do? But honestly, like, I think, well, what are we done? Like over 2 hours now. At some point this evening, I was just like, fuck it. I like, because I'd posted earlier about like what I was thinking of doing for a debut, and I was just like, you know what? Honestly, it's like, if I want to stream, who gives a shit? We'll just fucking go. You commissioned a PNG tuber from a friend? Sweet. The PNG that I was using forever was like, I drew that up myself like a couple weeks after I got my drawing tablet initially. And like, I did the initial draft for the, like, for this model. But the artist who did it, she was just like super like, she went like above and beyond, and she like, there was a couple times where we'd had like communications, and she's just like, she would always check with me to make sure that it was like gonna turn out exactly like I wanted. And I love her work. She's brilliant. I recommend her to just about anybody. The one with the pink jacket. Is this a different group? I'm literally scrolling through the server being like, yeah, show it, post it. I'd love to see it if you're willing. It's not final. That's fine. I would have posted obsessively with every step of the way with the like with this model, like each draft that came through. I would have posted all of them if I didn't think it was going to be annoying. Cuz I'm like, I don't want to bother anybody. Like, I was just like worried about bugging people. You can post it whatever page you want. I don't care. You can post it in general. You can post it in any of the other ones. I'm not looking at it at this exact moment, so I'm like, I don't know what they're called. My tablet's gonna die. To be fair, I started streaming with like 30% battery, so that's my fault. Big dumb. He's Gojo with no brain. Ugh. I changed my Twitter handle to like... it's not Satoru Gojo. Just like in brackets, not Satoru Gojo. I made myself hee-hee with it. I don't see it. Am I going cray-cray? Do I have to restart? I'll restart Discord. I don't know. Is it broken? It totally could be. I'm gonna put it in self-promo. Oh, okay. That's awesome. I love it. Really nice art. I wish I could do hair better. Oh my god. Every time I see other people's art, man, the hair I draw looks like just like awful. It's just like linguine noodles. just real big noodles for hair. It's like, what am I looking at? Yeah, great model. I love it. So what's left to do with that one? Just like shading and some like layering and stuff. It looks really good. Playing around with the way the hair is colored. Oh, okay. I mean, it looks great. Your friend is very talented. Lovely work. Oh boy. I thought my model was dying for a second. I just saw something in like the preview window looking at it. It was just like, oh no. Like lag? Yeah. Like the preview window showed it kind of like doing some weird stuff like with the twitching in the eyes and stuff. That I physically did with my face. I physically had to lag to show you what I was seeing in the preview. Oh dear, yeah. Oh, like, what happened? Gojo died. Ideally, I'll end up having like some kind of like... The setup that I've got going on is like... It's jank, but it works. Because it uses the true depth camera from the, like from my phone, and then it's like plugged in to my PC. And like the software on Steam is free, but the software on your phone is premium. Cause like I guess if you don't pay for it, they only give you like a 5-minute window. And it's just like, well, that's not okay. So of course I paid for it. Which you can do it completely on your PC, but I think you need like you need like a true depth lens like webcam. Where did I lose you? I'm like reading chat like, wait, what paid? I'm like, oh no. The software to get like the VTuber into OBS for streaming is free. The matching mobile app to get the camera to connect to the PC costs money for it to not just be a 5-minute thing. Because they give you like a 5-minute window, and then they do like, oh, well, it's you gotta pay for the app, or like you get 5 more minutes tomorrow, and it's like, no, like you're not gonna cap my time. Mind you, it was only $30 Canadian, so it wasn't like, and it's a perpetual license. Like I own it forever now, so it's totally fine. But like, it's like when I booted up initially, it's like, oh fuck, like another thing. Like getting the model commission was like definitely not cheap, but ultimately I'm happy with everything. Model looks great. Everything works really easily. If I want to step it up later, I absolutely can, because she gave me all of like the native assets, so I can actually like go and get like live 2D cubism and like fuck around with the model if I wanted to. It depends on how desperate I am to like do a lot of different stuff, because the main thing's gonna be like, it's like, do I want to do like event clothing? Do I want to like make the facial expressions more varied? Do I want to do this, that, and the other thing? Like, how much do I care is basically like the level. Like, I have the access to do as much or as little with it as I want to. But if she's willing to work with me more, I will definitely pay her to do like the major updates for sure. Like, I've only got a bust up model now, but I do definitely intend on having like a full body model to work with like in the future. This was just what my money could buy at the time. It looks fabulous. Yeah, she's great. Her art is like, she's got like her Etsy page is like, she's got so many good reviews on models, but like her art and like, because again, she does like asset creation for like all of this stuff. Like she does like the emotes, she does like panel art, she does everything. And like, yeah, like the model doesn't do her art justice, if that makes sense. She's really good. And it's like, I definitely, I can't explain how much I feel like I got the better end of the deal out of this scenario, because I'm super happy with the model, and I know I'm just like another customer for her, but I hope that I can repay the favor. I hope that I can be like, hey, you want a VTuber model? Go check her out. Here's the link. If I can bring her business, I will definitely like do what I can, because I'm super happy with the model. And I know that I will definitely like utilize her services as long as she'll accept the requests. I will definitely pay her for more work because she's really good and she's really nice. It is 4:15 in the morning. Are you gonna rest? Later. Don't worry about it. Sleep who needs it. I should have been in bed hours ago. Hell yeah, me too, but here we are. Like, what do? Not bedtime, not me. I ain't going to bed yet. Honestly, I'll probably have this open until until I feel like going to bed. I'll just be like, you know what? I'm dying. I have to be up at 7 a.m. It is now 1. Damn. Gob gob. If you must leave, I understand. 7 a.m. do be killing people. Waking up at 7 a.m. I presume is for work. Today's Sunday. It might be work related. I don't know. But waking up at 7 a.m. is cursed. Waking up early is cursed. Like, my sleeping schedule has been fucked for years, and I'm at an age where I should have my shit together, but it's just like, nah. Meeting up with your boyfriend works in caregiving. Knocked in caregiving. Am I reading that right? Night. I'm like, yeah, because that was like, I'm like, is it night or is it knocked? Because I'm like thinking like, wait, is that not German for night? All I'm thinking of is like Call of Duty Zombies. Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking of like COD Zombies, like Nacht der Untoten, like Night of the Dead. Or Night of the Undead or whatever. Me and my brain. I only know that because like my dad is well, I guess I'm half Czech, but my dad is from Czechia, and we spent time in Germany because we were going to Czechia, and like I guess I asked him because I was playing Call of Duty World at War at the time. And like I'm just like, what does this say? And he told me, he's like, oh, Night of the Undead. I'm like, I guess that makes sense. It's night. They're zombies. It's just like random information that has like no real consequence, but I know what that is. And I know it because of my dad. My dad taught me what I know, which isn't a lot. I cannot carry a conversation in Czech. My dad doesn't remember a lot of the Czech language, but he definitely could like hold his own in a conversation with relatives. I get lost. I'm like, I got nothing. I just like I can't keep up with it. Slow brain. Me and other languages. So living in Canada, right? Our two official languages are English and French. I know how to ask to go to the bathroom in French. And I know that, or well, is it to go to the bathroom or where is the bathroom? It's something. And the other, like, that's the only phrase I know in French. And obviously, like, everyone like, oh, bonjour. Like, hello. I don't know how to, like, introduce myself in French. I'm starting, now that I'm saying, like, I actually remember more than I think I do. But, I don't know, like, I know more, I think I probably know more Japanese, and that is, like, total weeb shit, just, like, being like, one day I'm gonna be the super anime, and I'm gonna and I'm gonna go to Japan, and I'm gonna know how to talk to people. And I don't really even know much of that. So, I guess it doesn't really count. Basically, if someone called me stupid, I would know. That's about the extent of my knowledge on Japanese. They call me a sussy baka. I'm gonna be real upset. I'm gonna frown at them. not say anything, just frown, just be sitting there going like I ain't a sussy baka. Fuck you. Yeah, call me a sussy baka. Man. Silly. Oh, do I have smile on? Oh no. I don't know. No, I don't have smile on. Okay. Sometimes I don't know if I have the smile emote, because, like, the mouth sensitivity is, like, I'll just, like, barely move my mouth, and the model starts smiling. I gotta mess around with the settings. I more have it matching with my mouth flaps, so that when I talk, it matches a little better. But Gojo's super smiley. He's always smiling. Which is more than I can say for my actual face. Generally, if I'm smiling, it's because I'm on the verge of laughing. And it's not because I don't want to smile. It's just like I have one of those resting, like, what's the male equivalent of like a resting bitch face? whatever that is. It's like, he looks angry. Need a drink of water. Ah, water. I'm trying not to thump the desk every time I put my water bottle down, but I don't know that I can help it. It just is. Thump. What is that? This man's destroying his desk again. It's not as bad as it used to be. When I had, like, when I was using, I still own this microphone, but I used to do everything on a Blue Yeti. And like, if I breathed too hard, it'd be like, dong. It's just like, oh god. Every little thing just like exploded the microphone. Just like, please stop. So with it being Sunday, I know I talked about doing something next weekend, but I think I will stream again later. Like, when I say later, I'm talking like today in the evening. It's 4:25 right now, so I mean, like, I'm talking like some 9 p.m. kind of stuff. Like later, not like, yeah, I gotta like take a quick nap and I'll be right back. Like, not at all. I'm gonna have a sleep and like have a day. Mostly because like one thing I gotta make sure I do is I gotta make sure I do my weekly editing. I've not missed an episode of editing for Laugh A Lot Gamers in ages, unless if there was like a specific call to be like, I usually take a quick break to do a compilation for my late friend, but that's more like a mental break, just like I'm not posting anything for this month, but I'll post again when this one's done, and then yeah, it's about the only extent of what I miss for the years. Nowadays, anyway. It used to be like, I used to not make... Man, like... You guys think that I was skimping on content, like, with streams and stuff. Oh my god. I used to, like, habitually tell everybody that I was gonna do stuff all the time and then just not do it. And for no other reason other than just like, what do I do? Kind of like how I almost didn't stream tonight. Like, I kept telling myself, like, I've got to make this a spectacular thing. I got to make a whole event out of it. And it's just like, you know what? I'm a small streamer. I've got 25 followers. You know, like, if anyone's going to show up to my debut, it's going to literally be, like, close friends and people like you guys from the Discord server. Like, who's showing up for this shit? It's like, who did you pay? If there was like a bunch of people, I'd be like, who told you? How did you find out about this? It's like, I certainly didn't tell anybody. I just kind of hopped on. Your guys' big warning was me dropping and being like, hey, yo. Chat check, anyone still awake? Barely. Fun stuff. If I stream tomorrow, I don't know what to do. That's the problem. Oh fuck. Let's figure it out. What am I gonna do? I talked a little bit earlier. Gub, you were here when I was talking about Zelda stuff. Zelda is definitely on my radar of things to do, but I don't know. Like, I could start that whenever. I don't need to like put a timeline on that. Let's not be silly. But play pirates, I would be down. I would I would Sea of the Thieves. Got a dip. Want to try and sleep. See you later. Hell yeah! Thank you for stopping by, Gub. Great talk. Swing by again. I will be doing this a lot more. I enjoy the conversations. Good night, Gub Gub. Oh. I gotta like install Sea of Thieves. I got the, hold on. I gotta check, like, I just said it, I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, I've got the stupid Microsoft Store version, and if I could avoid that, Sea of Thieves. Oh fuck yeah, it's like dirt cheap right now. Hell yeah. Is it okay? Is it on sale on Steam though? Let's see. It is not. I will buy it from alt site. But not an account. So some people will do like the account sale. I don't want that. I want the Steam edition. I can't find the Steam edition for a good price. I may have to pay full price. I will install it for now and wait until I can find it on sale. I'm so weird about that. I just like, it's like I have it on the Xbox or the whatever, the Microsoft Store, and I'm just like, but I want it on Steam. I want it in my library where I can see it and know that I have it. I desperately need to pee. It just struck me out of nowhere. I'm just like, oh god. Like, I need to absolutely use the loo. I am so full of pee. Oh my god. I'll be back in a second. Okay. I'll be back. Oh my god, the relief. Jesus. I thought I was gonna die for a second. Just like... It's like my bladder's gonna actually explode. I'm going to die. I'm just like... Totally problematic situation. It's like out of nowhere. Just like, wow. I'm like, if I don't get up right now, I will piss my pants. It happens. Not not pants pissing, just like the sudden urge to pee. Although one could argue that pants pissing does just kind of happen. It's like, yeah, sometimes I just let go. It happens. Fuck. It is not warmed up in this room at all. Oh my god. For hours, I've just been thinking like, man, my toes are cold. My soul is cold. I would like a little space heater, but I feel like I would have a space heater. I would have to get one with a timer. That's the main thing. I wouldn't want to get a space heater and then like forget it. I'm just like, he burned his room down. He burned his room, his house. Just the room. He's got a fully isolated room. What kind of house does this man live in? If I was like a mole person, it would make sense. It seems as I'm not a mole person, having a fully isolated room doesn't exactly make sense. I thought Gojo might be overly smiley. Took a look at the preview window. Man has the biggest smile ever. I'm exhausted. I should probably call it too, honestly. It's been a long day. Oh boy. Time 4:38. Yeah, you know what, honestly, this has gone on way longer than I thought it was going to. I will definitely take this as an opportunity to just like call it quits before it goes too far. And by too far, I just mean like complete and utter brain melt where I'm sleeping. I'm just sitting there like this. Just like dead. It's like, what happened? He passed out. Like, jeez. Anyway. Thank you everybody for showing up. It was really fun. It was unexpectedly long, but you know, time flies when you're having fun. I will do this later today. Whatever. It's 4:39. I will be doing more of this in the PM, but maybe not exactly this. I'll figure something out. There will be some activity. No, I mean, if you're serious about playing Sea of Thieves, I totally will install it, though. 100%. But yeah. I don't know if you can still hear me, but yeah, again, I will totally install Sea of Thieves before I go to bed. if you're down for Sea of Thieves, I will make that happen. But alrighty. Thank you everybody for turning up. Again, I'm gonna be doing more of this, so there's gonna be a lot more Gojo now that Gojo has taken shape. So, lots more streams, lots more hanging out, lots more gaming, lots more of something. Alrighty. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Get good rest. I will see you later in, like, whatever 9 p.m. is in hours. I don't know. I can't math. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.